Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Slow English Stories. I'm your narrator, Lyle. Today, we are stepping into a world that might feel a little bit like our own. It is a story about running very fast, but never actually getting anywhere. We call it the endless wheel. So, take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin. The air in the city of Gray always smelled of burning coal and cold, bitter coffee. Every morning at exactly 6 o'clock a.m., a loud, sharp siren screamed through the thick, wet fog. Wee-oo-oh! Wee-oo-oh! It was a deafening sound. By the way, when we say a sound is deafening, it means it is so incredibly loud that you cannot hear anything else around you. It almost hurts your ears. Along with that deafening siren, millions of heavy boots hit the wet stone streets at the exact same time. Thump, thump, thump. Nobody looked up at the sky. Nobody smiled. Among these millions of quiet people was a young worker named Pip. Pip lived his life like a tiny, forgotten gear inside a giant machine. Every day, Pip walks to the massive factory in the center of the city. Notice how I just said, Pip walks. We are using the simple present tense here. In English, we use the simple present to talk about habits, facts, or things that happen every single day as a regular schedule. Pip's daily schedule was a strict routine. A routine is a sequence of actions that you do regularly exactly the same way. Inside the dark, noisy factory, Pip's job was simple but exhausting. He sat at a long metal table and stamped a red circle on a moving white box. Clack, clack, clack. He stamped the first box, then the second box, then the 10th, then the 20th. As the months passed, Pip became much better at his job. He worked faster and faster. From his first day to his 100th day, his speed improved amazingly. But there was a problem. His hands moved like lightning, but his heart felt completely empty. He didn't even know what was inside the boxes. He only knew one thing. If he stamped enough boxes and saved enough metal coins, he could buy a ticket to the green top, a beautiful, sunny mountain he saw on giant advertising posters. But no matter how fast he worked, or how many boxes he stamped, the price of the ticket always seemed to get higher. He was trapped in a race he couldn't win. Pip's hands were now a blur of motion. He did not even look at the boxes anymore. He stamped the 100th box, the 1000th box, and then the 10,000th box with perfect precision. In English, precision means doing something exactly right, with no mistakes at all. He was so fast that the factory manager gave him a shiny badge. A badge is a small piece of metal or plastic that you wear on your shirt to show your rank or a special achievement. The factory air grew hotter and began to smell like burnt rubber and old grease. The metallic clang 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 of the heavy machines was constant. Pip felt proud. He looked at his badge and thought, I will reach the green top soon. Notice how I said, I will reach. This is the simple future tense. We use will plus a verb to talk about our dreams, promises, or things we believe will happen in the future. But then, something strange happened. The more Pip worked, the more the other workers tried to beat him. It became a frantic competition. When we say something is frantic, it means it is done in a very fast, wild, and worried way. Now, the manager told Pip he must use 2 stamps on every box instead of 1. The goalpost moved. To move the goalpost is an English idiom. It means to change the rules of a situation while someone is trying to succeed. making it much harder for them to win. At night, Pip looked out of his tiny, dusty window. He could see the green top far away. It looked like a soft, emerald jewel in the dark sky. Emerald is a beautiful word we use to describe a very bright, deep green color. He could almost smell the fresh rain on the grass, but his small room only smelled of dry cardboard and cold soup. By his 2000th day, Pip was the fastest stamper in history. He was much better than he was on his first day. He had bags full of heavy metal coins. He ran to the ticket office with a big smile. "I want to go to the green top now," he shouted. The man behind the glass looked at him with cold, gray eyes. "The price has doubled, Pip," the man said. To double means to become twice as much as before. You need more stamps. You need more speed. You are not fast enough yet. Pip's heart sank. He looked at his fast, tired hands. He realized he was not running toward a destination. He was running on a wheel that never stopped. But then, he saw a small wooden door in the back of the factory that he had never noticed before. It was slightly open, and a different kind of light was shining through. What do you think is behind that mysterious door? Will Pip finally leave the race, or is it another trap? Thank you so much for listening to this part of the story on Slow English Stories. I am Lyle, and I love sharing these tales with you. If you enjoyed this journey, please hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the conclusion. Your turn. Have you ever felt like you were in a rat race in your own life? Tell me your story in the comments below using the simple future tense I will. I can't wait to read them. See you in the next story.